Namo Buddhassa. Vandami Bhante. Welcome everyone to our very special Dhammadesna today. With the compassion on all the students, Bhante is taking time to teach us this Sutta, Girimānanda Sutta. Today, the Sutta is in Aṅguttaranikāya. So, on request of one of the students, Bhante is teaching us. So, on behalf of all the participants, I request Bhante to have compassion on us and give us this Dhammadesna.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. May Tibetan bless you all. Actually, as a request my student, I decided to give Girimānanda Sutta today. Girimānanda means, Girimānanda is an Arahant one. His name is Girimānanda. So, Arahant one means, he developed jhana and then he practiced 4-element meditation and he practiced the mentality and materiality meditation, and then discerning the cause for the 5 aggregate or the mentality and materiality, and then he practiced vipassana up to Sankaropika jnana or the formation equanimity knowledge, and then he attained to the Sotapanna Magga jnana, that means seeing the Nibbana at first by the stream entry path knowledge, and then he enter into the fruition knowledge also, and then he again with the practice he get the second knowledge, the once return knowledge, and then non-return knowledge, seen the Nibbana, and then finally he enlightened as an Arahant, seen the Nibbana. The total, that means 100% he saw the Nibbana, and he has practiced up to that. And then one day he was sick and afflicted and gravely ill. So after that, Venerable Ananda visit to him, and then Venerable Ananda went to Buddha, like that story going on. And here it says the perception of 10 perception. Buddha gave the 10 perception. The Blessed One gave 10 perceptions to him. Actually, here the perception is the sanya in Pali, and perception means here the wisdom foremost, not the just formation. Perception, it is the wisdom foremost, the another way of putting. So this is the Buddha's Desana Vilasa, or the method of deliverance. So let's see the sutta, and then you can understand this Girimānanda Sutta. And ultimately, Buddha gave 10 kind of perception to practice him after listening, and then he practiced this 10 type of perception, or the 10 type of wisdom. And then his disease or the illness get over. So this is the summary, and let's see with the sutta. Girimānanda Sutta. This is actually, this sutta is in the Aṅguttaranikāya. Aṅguttaranikāya means the this is the actually Aṅguttaranikāya means in the Aṅguttaranikāya, you have book of 10. So book of tens. So in the book of tens, you have Sachitta Vagga. Sachitta Vagga means one's own mind. So in the Sachitta Vagga, this is the 10th sutta. So let's see Girimānanda Sutta. So you can read Ekang Samayang Bhagava Savatyan Vihirati Jetavani Anatha Pindikasa Arami Tenakopana Samena Ayasma Girimanando Abhadiko Hoti Dukhito Balha Gilano Atako Ayasma Anando Yena Bhagava Tenupasankami Upasankamitva Bhagavantan Abhivadetva Ekamantan Nisidi Ekamantan Nisinno Ko Ayasma Anando Bhagavantan Etadavocha. The blessed one was dwelling at Savatthi city. That means in the Jethas grew Anathapindika's park. That means in the monastery in the Anathapindika park. So now on that occasion, whenever Girimānanda was sick, afflicted, and gravely ill, then Venerable Ananda approached the blessed one and paid homage and set aside and said to him in this way. Ayasma Bhante Girimānando abadiko hoti dukhito balha gilano sadhu Bhante Bhagavad yenayasma Girimānando tenupa sankamatu anukampang upadaya. Anukampang upadaya means out of compassion. He said to the Buddha, Bhante, the Venerable Girimānanda is sick, afflicted, and gravely ill. Venerable sir, it would be good. Sadhu Bhante means it would be good if the blessed one would visit him out of compassion. Then the Buddha told to Venerable Ananda in this way, Sachiko Twang Ananda Girimānandasa Bhikkhuno Dasa Sanya Bhasiyasi Tahanang Kopanitang Vijjati Yang Girimānandasa Bhikkhuno Dasa Sanya Sutta So Abadho Tanaso Patipasambhiya. Okay, what Buddha told to Venerable Ananda, if Ananda, Sacheko Twangananda, if Ananda, you visit the Venerable Girimānanda and speak to him about Dasa Sanya, right? Dasa Sanya Bhasiyasi. If you would visit and speak to him about 10 kind of perception, Tanankopanetang Vijjati, it's possible that on hearing about them mean those kind of 10 perception, yang Girimānanda Bhikkhunu Dasasanya Sutta, so abado thanaso patipasambhaya. And on hearing about them, his affliction will immediately subside. So Katama Dasa. Katama Dasa mean what 10? What are those kind of 10? So here it says Katama Dasa, Anicca Sanya, Anatta Sanya, Asubha Sanya, Adinava Sanya, Pahana Sanya, Viraga Sanya, Nirodha Sanya, Sabbaloke Anabhirata Sanya, Sabba Sankharesu Anicca Sanya, Anapanasati. So 10. The first one is Anicca Sanya. What is the perception of impermanence? And then Anatta Sanya, perception of non-self. And Asubha Sanya, the third one, Asubha Sanya, the perception of foulness, or perception of repulsiveness, or we can say unattractiveness. And then Adinava Sanya, the perception of danger or faults in the physical body. And Pahana Sanya, the perception of abandoning. Viraga Sanya, the perception of dispassion. Nirodha Sanya, perception of cessation of that means cessation of here cessation of five aggregate and their causes. That's the meaning. Cessation of five aggregate and their causes. And Sabbaloke Anabhirata Sanya. Sabbaloke means in the entire world, the perception of non-delight. Anabhirata mean, abhirata mean delight. Then anabhirata mean non-delight. So the perception of non-delight in the entire world. Entire world mean in the here entire world mean in the case of uh, the five aggregate, especially in the case of five aggregate. This is the loke. Sabba loka mean entire world mean, that's the meaning. Sabba sankharesu, the ninth one, Sabba sankharesu anicca sanya. Here, Sabba Sankhara mean, what are the Sabba Sankhara mean? The perception of this is the all Sabba Sankhara mean all conditioned phenomena. All conditioned phenomena is the Sabba Sankhara. Sabba Sankhara mean all conditioned phenomena. And then what is the meaning of Anicca? Anicca. It is not the Anicca. This is two different things. The first one is Anicca and here Anicca. So you can see Icha mean the liking and then willing. Other one is the passion kind of thing is the icha. You have desire. You have desire. So that is the icha. So anicca mean you don't have. That means you are disliking. You are unwilling. You have dispassion. You have no desire. That is the meaning. So that means then sabba sankaresu anicca sanya. That means the perception of disliking in all conditioned phenomena. And the 10th one, anapanasati, the mindfulness of breathing meditation. So 10 kind of meditation has been given by the Buddha. Uh, so now Buddha is going to explain what is that of each. So let's see. Katamachananda anicca sanya. What is the perception of impermanence? Ananda, what is the perception of impermanence? Here then we can understand. Buddha explained here. So then we can understand what is this perception? What kind of this perception? What is the Buddha's intention? So likewise, we can understand here. Idananda bhikkhu aranya gatova rukkamula gatova sunyagara gatova iti patisan chikhati. Now and what is the ananda perception of impermanence? In this sasana, idha mean idhananda bhikkhu. Idha ananda bhikkhu. Idha mean ananda. In this sasana, having gone to the forest, bhikkhu mean bhikkhu, having aranya gatova, that means having gone to the forest, and rukamula gatova, and gone to the base of the tree, and sunyagara gatova, gone to the into the empty room or something like that. And va iti patisanchikati. Patisanchikati means reflects or considers. He considers or he reflects in this way. What way? Now the anicca sanya. Anicca sanya. You can see now. Rupang aniccang, vedana anicca, sanya anicca, sankhara anicca, vinyanang anicchanti. Iti imesu panchasu padana khandesu aniccano passi viharati ayam ucchatananda anicca sanya. Now let's see. Now you can understand now what is the perception here. It is not just perception. It is the wisdom or the knowledge. Okay, let's see. Rupang anichang. Bhikkhu dwells contemplating the impermanence of the physical body. That means what is that? That is your the physical body in ultimate sense. So that means your rupa paracheda jnana, or what we can say, that is the materiality definition knowledge. Then he contemplate his materiality definition knowledge. That means whenever the rupang anichang, then whenever whatever part he focus, that means let's say he focus his idol, how he can focus. He enter into the fourth jhana usually. because Buddha every time Buddha um, given instruction to the bhikkhu and to the lay people. Okay, the fourth jhana concentration and the light of fourth jhana, or the light of wisdom of the fourth jhana, is very powerful than the other jhanas. So then enter into the fourth jhana, and then you focus your rupa aggregate or the materiality aggregate, and then it can be seen as a paramat or the ultimate sense. For example, if you see the eye door, then this Girimānanda, Venerable Girimānanda, he is an Arahant one, and he practiced this preliminary part of this meditation, and he entered into the final part also. That means Pubbha Bhaga Patipada and Apara Bhaga Patipada he completed now. And then again he practiced, right? He practiced again, mean that is the thing. Sutta mean on hearing, mean not just hearing only. He enter into the jhana, and that jhana mean the fourth jhana, let's say. Sometimes eight after emerging from the eighth jhana, whatever the jhana. So here, then if he focus the rupa aggregate, then he can see rupa through the jhana light, or let's say here the bhikkhu calling. Then some bhikkhu can see his idol with the for element access concentration light. That is another way. This is jhanic people. So therefore, he enter into the jhana and focus his body one part by part, or as a whole of the body, because he can now, he attained to the enlightenment, so he can. Uh, so then rupang anichang, then he can practice his all 32 parts of the body, taking part by part or as a whole. And then he can see every rupa kalapa of the body in each part. He can see always arise, always pass away. But he now at right now he don't need to see the rupa kalapa, because rupa kalapa also, what is the rupa kalapa also? That is the sammuti satya, the conventional truth. If you penetrate this rupa kalapa or the subatomic particles up to its paramatha or the ultimate sense, ultimate materiality, so then you can see this ultimate materiality also arising and passing away, arising and passing away, arising and passing away. So then he can practice this as anicca, 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 like that is the anicca sanya. Right? The anicca sanya means that is the not just perception you can understand here, it is the wisdom, it is the knowledge. So therefore, this sanya is not the sanya is the panya foremost, or we can say sanya is the wisdom foremost here. That in then you cannot say that uh, the sanya is the panya. Right? Sanya is one mental factor, and the panya is one mental factor, the another mental factor. So both are different mental factors, but here not the perception mental factor. Perception mental factor also acting here, but panya, so perception uh, mental factor itself cannot understand the anicca of the materiality. So, but when the panya arising in that special mind movement, that means your meditation mind movement. Meditation mind movement. If the panya is also there, then panya can penetrate the materiality well. So therefore, so you can see then this your materiality, all materiality are impermanence. So then you can contemplate very clearly as anicca, anicca for a long time or whatever the time duration. Anicca means impermanence, impermanence, impermanence. Like you need to contemplate. So this is the way. So if you, for example, if you contemplate in this way, then your some kind of disease or illness or whatever the affliction, or uh, some gravely ill condition, that will be vanished. Okay, so then Rupang Anichang, then Vedana Anicca, then how you can take the Vedana. So, for example, this Venerable Girimananda who has Jhana, so he can enter into the Jhana and he can practice the Jhana Nama Dhamma or Jhana mentality. For example, Jhana Javan, Jhana impulsion mentality. That means Jhana impulsion, he can practice he in the impulsion you can see the vedana chetasika. So then vedana chetasika he can practice as anicca for a long time. That is the aniccanupassana of the vedana or the feeling mental factor. And then sanya anicca, okay, then same mind movement of the we took as an example, we took the jhana impulsion, but any kind, or otherwise you need to create the mental process. For example, ido mental process you need to create, and then um, ildo mental process or mind mental process, whatever the mental process you must create here. Or if you have jhana, then this Venerable Girimānanda has had who has jhana, so therefore he entered into the jhana and then he practiced this meditation as anicca's on for a long time. So now sanya anicca, then he can see any kind of mind movement. The sanya, you know, this sanya is each and every mind movement you have sanya, because sanya vedana also, vedana that feeling mental factor and the perception mental factor also you have every mind movement. So whatever the mind movement you take and practice as anicca, as contemplating as anicca on the sanya or the perception mental factor. So that is the aniccanupassana of this special mental factor. And then sankhara anicca, and again sankhara anicca mean um, all the other mental factor except this vedana and the sanya or the feeling mental factor and the perception mental factor. Um, the rest of other mentality, that mean again without mind also sankhara mean except the mind, feeling and the perception and other all mentality, that mean all the mental factors, that is those are the sankhara here. Sankhara mean that is the formation, so formation aggregate. So then now he can see the same mental mind movement, the formation aggregate, then he can practice as he can contemplate as impermanence like that, or anicca like that. So that is the aniccanupassana. And then vinyanam aniccanti. And then he focus his whatever the mentality he focus. That means, let's say we took as a jhana mentality. So jhana javana. So jhana javana or the jhana impulsion, he contemplate. Then contemplate the jhana impulsion, jhana mind. Jhana mind is different thing, and jhana vedana is different thing. Jhana sanya is different thing. Jhana sankhara or the formation is the different thing. So then all four aggregate in the mind movement, and the other one aggregate, single aggregate in the case of materiality. So then all five aggregate. So you contemplated, or this Girimānanda, Venerable Girimānanda contemplated, and then that is the anicca sanya, right? This sanya mean here now you can understand. This sanya is the Buddha has given as panya foremost or the wisdom foremost. So otherwise, because according to this explanation, we can understand. And therefore, Buddha told to Venerable Ananda, iti imesu panchasu upadana khandesu aniccanupassi viharati. And thus he dwells contemplating as impermanence in these five aggregate, but those five aggregate upadana pancha upadana khandesu, then those five aggregate subject to clinging, subject to clinging. So therefore pancha upadana khandesu, This is the perception of this is called the Ananda perception of impermanence. So therefore, Aṅguttaranikāya anicca sanya. So this is the this is the practice. His practice. This Venerable Girimānanda practice in this way. And then the second sanya, second perception. So you can understand here. Please try to understand this sanya is just not just perception. It is panya foremost. Or at that time, Venerable Girimananda's mind is he has meditation mind. So that meditation mind, you have a wisdom chetasika. So or the wisdom faculty. So that wisdom faculty is the panya here, sanya here. That means that is the sanya foremost. Now let's see what is the anatta sanya. Katamachananda anatta sanya. Idanand, what is the ananda perception of non-self? What is ananda perception of non-self? So in this asana, Idananda bhikkhu aranya gatova, rukhamula gatova, sunyagara gatova, iti patisanchikati. This asana, Ananda, bhikkhu having gone to the forest or to the base of the tree or to the empty room, then he reflects in this way. He reflects in this way. What way? Chakku anatta, rupa anatta. Oh, chakku mean here the eye. You know the eye door. You have eye sensitivity in the chakku dasaka kalapa. Eye decade kalapa. Eye decade kalapa. You have eye sensitivity. For example, in the eye decade kalapa. So, for example, what are the things in the 10 kind of materiality in the eye decade kalapa? So you know Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Vanna, Gandha, Rasa, Oja, Jivitindriya, and Chakku Pasada Rupa. Or in English, if we say earth, earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, and color, order, flavor, nutritive essence, and Jivitindriya, that means the life faculty, and eye sensitivity or eye translucency. So those are the things. So then he Chakku Anatta mean here he enter into the jhana, and with the imaging from the jhana, he can see the jhana light, and he focus his idol and deep inside the idol, because you know this Chakku Pasada is deep inside the idol. Let's say it is near to the brain. Near to the optic nerve. So then he saw this Chakkupasad or the eye sensitivity in each Rupa Kalapa. So therefore he can see this element, that means the eye sensitivity. Eye sensitivity is now always arising, always passing away. So then this is anicca, but if this is anicca, you don't have any kind of self. So therefore, he can contemplate as anatta, or non-self, non-self, non-self. Like for a long time, he or you can contemplate if you attain to that level. Otherwise, you cannot. So therefore, chakku anatta mean he contemplate his chakku pasada rupa, or the eye sensitivity, as non-self. And then rupa anatta. Rupa anatta mean actually, you know, now chakku pasada or the eye sensitivity is the place or ultimate materiality which can take they take its object. What is object mean? Yeah, that is the object. For example, rupa mean the materiality or the material tangible. Sorry, it is the the visible data, right? Those are the visible data. Now are the object to the Chakku pasada, then there arises Chakku Vijnana, or the eye consciousness. So he can see he can now, for example, he can see, if he can see the Chakku door, or the whatever the Rupa Kalapa, 7 Rupa Kalapa are there in the eye door. So you can see the Chakku Dasaka Kalapa, and then if you focus another uh, that means nearby um, other Rupa Kalapa's color, then that is the Rupa here. Rupa means the object, right? Object. Then the Chakku is the base, then the Rupa is the object. So then that object, visible object, so it actually impinge on the ido. In the ido mean here Chakku Pasada, or the eye translucency, or the sensitivity. So then that rupa, or the visible object also, he can see as impermanence. And then because of impermanence, a state of impermanence, that means that those all are impermanence phenomena. So those because of this reason, you can see their the state of non-self. So therefore this venerable can contemplate therefore he contemplate the eye sensitivity is non-self, and the visible data are non-self. Why I told here, I mean visible data are here rupa. It is not the rupang anatta, right? It is the rupa mean many visible objects. So therefore this is the way to practice. And therefore, the second one, Sotang Anatta, Saddha Anatta. Then Buddha told to him, the ear sensitivity is non-self, and the sounds are non-self in the same way. And Gahanang Anatta, Gandha Anatta. And then the nose sensitivity is non-self, and the orders are non-self. And the other one, Juha Anatta, Rasa Anatta, the tongue sensitivity is non-self, and the taste are non-self. Again, Kaya Anatta, Pottabba Anatta, and then the body sensitivity is non-self, and the tangibles are non-self. Tangibles are non-self. Mano Anatta, Dhamma Anatta. Then if you focus your heart, and then if you create some mental process there, that means you can understand. Mano mean here the mind, right? Mind is non-self, and the mind takes the object as whatever the in the heart base, whatever the mind takes the object, that object what is called dhamma object. So then mano anatta, dhamma anatta mean here, not dhamma mean here dhamma object. So then now mind is non-self, dhamma objects are non-self. So here you can see the base also there, and then base is in you, within you. That means internal, and then whatever the uh, whatever uh, the object are outside. So for example, uh, within one rupa kalapa also, let's say this is the I decade kalapa. So this decade kalapa, you have eye sensitivity inside, but the object is outside. Object, not the object of same kalapa. Uh, it is not the object of same kalapa color, right? So it is the object of another nearby kalapa. That means object outside. For example, in the sammuti, or the conventional world also, you can understand this. Your eye is internal. That means here eye sensitivity is internal, and but the objects are outside. The visible objects are outside. So therefore, here Chakku Anatta means internal base is a non-self, and the rupa anatta mean visible data, that means external object is non-self. Here also sotang anatta, saddha anatta mean the ear sensitivity is non-self, and the sounds objects are non-self, like that. So then base and the object, that means internal, then here internal base and the external base, right? Internal base and the external base. So base, what is called ayatana. So therefore Buddha told to you, iti imesu chasu. Iti imesu chasu ajjattika bahiresu ayatanesu anattānupasya vihirati Aṅguttaranikāya anatta sanya. Then, so he dwells contemplating as non-self. Chasu ajjattika bahiresu ayatanesu. That means chasu means six kind of internal bases. Chasu ajjatika ayatan. Chasu bahira ayatan. Like that you need to take. So chasu ajjatika ayatan mean the in these six internal, and chasu bahiresu ayatanesu. That means six external sense bases. So then that means, so he dwells contemplating as non-self in these six internal and six outside external sense bases. So this is called the perception of non-self. So this is the practice. He is practicing this way. Okay, then the third one. Katama chananda asubha sanya. Foulness. Asubha means the foulness, loathsomeness, or unattractiveness. Disgusting. And what ananda is the perception of repulsiveness or disgusting. Idananda bhikkhu imameva kayang uddhang padatala ado kesa mathaka tacha paryantang puran nana pakarasa asichuno pachavekkati. And now in this sasana ananda, idha mean in this sasana, not the outside sasana. So in this sasana ananda, a bhikkhu reflects or reviews his very body upwards from the soles of the feet and downward from the tip of the head hair, and but this body enclosed in the skin as full of many kinds of impurities. Nana pakarasa asuchino, full of purang means full of various kind of impurities. So he reflects in this way. So what way? Ati imasmin kaye kesa loma naka danta tacho. The first five parts. So here you need to understand ati imasmin kaye kesa, ati imasmin kaye loma. That means there are in this body head hair, like that, right? In this body there are head hair, in this body there are body hair, in this body there are nails, teeth, skin, flesh, like that you need to go. So let's see, then ati masmin kaye kesa loma naka danta tacho means the skin, mansang naharu ati minja wakang. Mansang mean flesh, naharu mean the sinews, and the bones is the ati minjang mean the bone marrow, and then wakang kidney, hadayang heart, and then yakanang liver, kilomakang mean the membrane mean every organs you have outside membrane, outer membrane. So that membrane, and then every muscles you have outside membrane, so that is the kilomakang. And then pihakang, spleen, papas and lungs, antang antagunang. Antang mean the bowel, then antagunang mean the mesentery, and udariyang karisang. Udariyang mean the what call udariyang mean actually undigested food in the stomach and on the other gut, right? Karisan mean the excrement, feces, like thing. That means fully digested food. Udriyang Karisan. Then those are the Pathavi element prominent 20 parts, 20 body parts. And then Pittam Semham Pubbo Lohitan Sedo Medo Asuvasaha Kelo Singhanika Lasika Muttanti. Those are the 12 kinds of Apo prominent or the Vada element prominent body parts. So what are they? Bile, phlegm, pus, blood, sweat, fat, tears, grease, saliva, snot, and synovial fluid, as well as urine at the end. So Singhanika, Lasika, Mutta. You know Singhanika. Singhanika means the snot, Lasika means the synovial fluid in the joint, and Muttang means the urine. Iti imasmin kaye asubhanupassī viharati ayam vicchatānanda asubha sanya. Now the Venerable Anand to the Venerable Ananda Buddha told in this way, and Venerable Ananda retell to this Girimānanda, Venerable Girimānanda, and Venerable Girimānanda must practice in this way. Must practice mean he has 32 parts of the body, and all 32 parts of the body are the actually enclosed in the skin as full of many kinds of impurities. So that means that is disgusting thing, and this is the foulness uh, kind of thing, and loathsome kind of thing. So how he must practice? So here also not just hearing, while Ananda, Venerable Ananda reciting this sutta, then he should practice. How practice? Let's say that now he enter into the jhana, fourth jhana, and uh, emerging from the fourth jhana when the jhana light is very brilliant and bright, then he can focus his 32 parts of the body, like Atimasmin Kaya Kesa. He can contemplate the what called head hair. That means you need to focus in the head hair. You can I told you, according to the Buddha's teaching, this head, that means hair, in the base of the hair or the root of the hair, you can see the live tissue. But in the case of hair, right, the cylindric hair like thing, that 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 part is actually usually having the Utuja roop only. Utuja means temperature bound materiality only. No other kind of karma bound materiality, consciousness bound materiality, and the nutriment bound materiality. So only usually you have Utuja Rupa or the temperature bound materiality. So, but therefore, if you focus in the base of the head hair, you can see every Rupa Kalapa. Every Rupa Kalapa means your Kaya Dasaka Kalapa or the body decade Kalapa, and you have your Jivita Navaka Kalapa, that means the life nonad Kalapa, and then you have sex decade Kalapa, and again you have Chittaja Ojattamaka Kalapa. That means the consciousness born octad Kalapa. And then nutriment born octad Kalapa, temperature born octad Kalapa, like six different materiality groups are here. So group here. So you can contemplate now all the materiality as at one, so taking one by one. So then that is the practice here. He must practice, otherwise only hearing only cannot get relief from his illness. So therefore this is the way, practice every 32 parts of the body in this way. Okay, then Katama Chananda Adinava Sanya. Aṅguttaranikāya is the danger or faults of this physical body. Idananda bhikkhu aranya gatova, rukamula gatova, sunyanagar gatova, iti patisanchikkati. And then in this sasana Ananda, a bhikkhu reflects having gone to the forest or to the base of the tree and to the empty room in this way. Bahu dukkho ko ayam kayo bahu adinavo. Bahu dukkho. This body is the source of much pain. Bahu dukkho means much pain. And bahu adinavo. And this body is the source of much danger or much faults. Iti imasmin kaye vividha roga uppajjanti. Yeah. So various kinds of affliction, abhadha means affliction. So arise in this body. So what are they? Sayathidam, namely, that is to say, Chakku rogo, sota rogo, gahana rogo, jivha rogo, kaya rogo, sisa rogo, kanna rogo, mukha rogo, danta rogo, otta rogo, kaso, saso, pinaso, daho, jaro, kuchi rogo, mucha, pakkandhika, sula, visuchika, kuttang gando, kilaso, soso, apamaro, daddu, kandu, kachu, nakasa, Vitachika, Lohita Pittang Madumeho, Ansa Pilaka Bhagandala, Pitta Samuttana Abada, Simha Samuttana Abada, Vata Samuttana Abada, Sannipatika Abada, Utu Parinamaja Abada, Visama Pariharaja Abada, Opakkamika Abada, Kamma Vipakaja Abada, Sitang Unhang Pipasa Jigacha Pipasa Ucharo Pasavoti Iti imasmin kai Adinavanu Pasivihirati Ayam Vuchatananda Adinava Sanya. Okay, let's see. The Buddha told many diseases in the body. So Chakku Rogo, you have slides to see. So Chakku means the diseases in the eyeball, and the deep eye. Okay, so you can see Chakku means the eye disease, and the Sota Roga means this is the inner ear disease here, and Gahana Rogo means nose disease. Jiva Rogo is the tongue disease, and then Kaya Rogo is the body disease, and Sisa Rogo means the disease in the head. Kanna Rogo, Kanna mean that the external ear, so the disease of the external ear, and then Mukha Rogo, Mukha mean mouth, so mouth disease. This is related in the mouth. And then this is danta rogam in danta mean the teeth. So then disease in the teeth or tooth disease. Otta rogo, disease in the lips. And kaso mean the cough, and saso mean that is the asthma is that sasa. And pinaso mean kata is the pinaso. And then daho mean burn, jaro mean fever, and kuchirogo mean stomach ache, and mucha, fainting, pakandika, dysentery, and sula mean actually the gastritis like thing, sudden bad stomach pain, visuchika, cholera, kuttang, that means leprosy, gando, boils, kilasa mean the eczema. So mean saucer actually. The term is saucer. Now here, when you take into the sentence, it becomes so, right? So then tuberculosis is the saucer. And then apamaro, epilepsy, daddu, ringworm infection, kandu mean actually allergic reaction. Kachu mean scab after after you scratch somewhere in the body. Let's say severe itching you have, and then after itching or after this scratching place, you can see a scab is forming. So those are what is called uh, kachu. Kachu. Nakasa means chicken pox, and Vitachika, scabies, lohitam, that means hemorrhagic disease, and pittang means disease related in the gallbladder. Lohitam, pittang, madhumeha means the diabetes, ansa means hemorrhoids, pilaka, cancer, and bagandala means anal fistula, then pitta samuttana abada. Pitta samuttana mean originating. So illnesses originating from the excess bile, from the excess bile. And then pitta samuttana abada, then semha samuttana abada. That means the illness originating from the excess phlegm. Then vata samuttana abada from the excess wind, or sannipatika abada, combination of those three. And uttu parinamaja abada. Uttu parinamaja abada. Uttu parinamaja abada means that is the illnesses produced by change of climate. And Visama Pariharaja Abada. Then Visama Pariharaja means, let's say, like illnesses produced by longer sitting like especially in the workplace. So Opakamika Abada. Opakamika mean the plan, or um, like that. Illnesses then produced by planned assault. Opakamika mean, that is the meaning. Opakamika abada, kamma vipakaja abada. Those are the illnesses produced as a result of kamma, your kamma. And abada, sitang, unhang, pipasa, jigacha pipasa, ucharo pasao. And then bodily, that is the sitang mean, that is the cold, right? Cold. That means the bodily discomfort by any kind of bodily discomfort by cold. Unhang mean bodily discomfort by heat, and then hunger, and then thirst. Jigacha mean hunger, pipasa mean the thirst, and uchara, defecation, and pasavo, urination. So then those five also. Those, yeah, six, right? Sitang, unhan, jigacha, pipasa, ucharo, pasao. So therefore, the bodily discomfort by cold, heat, hunger, thirst, defecation, and urination. So thus, iti imasmin kai adinavanu vihirati. So in this body, he dwells contemplating danger of falls. So this is called Ananda. Adinava sanya. This is the perception of danger. So here, if you hear kind of thing in this way, and uh, hearing only, you cannot achieve something, right? You need to practice. That means this is the advice from the Buddha to the Venerable Ananda and to the Girimānanda. So how you need to practice. So if you, let's say like Chakku Rogo, Sota Rogo, then how you need to practice here? Enter into the fourth jhana, any kind. And then when it becomes, the light becomes very powerful and brilliant and radiant, then you can emerge from the jhana and you focus your Ido. And Ido, you have seven kind of materiality, seven kind of Rupa Kalapa, seven different kind of Rupa Kalapa. What are they? You have eye decade Kalapa, and then body decade Kalapa, sex decade Kalapa, and Jivita Navaka Kalapa, or the life non-end. And then you have uh, temperature bound materiality, eight kind of, and then consciousness bound materiality, eight kind of, and then nutriment bound materiality, that is also eight kind of. So you can now you need to penetrate these every rupa kalapa or the subatomic particles to see the ultimate materiality, like Pathavi element, like that, Apo element, Tejo element, whatever. So then you can practice as anicca, anicca for a long time, dukkha, dukkha for a long time, anatta, anatta for a long time. So that is, if you practice in this way, um, then then only this is what is called not just perception, and this is the wisdom. So every roga or the affliction or the disease here, you need to practice in this way. Okay. So then that is the adinava sanya. Then Katama Chananda Pahana Sanya. Pahana means abandoning. So what Ananda is the perception of abandoning. Idananda Bhikkhu Uppannang Kama Vitakang Nadhivaseti Pajahati Vinodeti Bhanti Karoti Anabhavang Gameti. Okay. So what is the Pahana, abandon? What are the kind of abandoning thing in your body and the mind? So here in the mind especially, in this asana, Idhananda Bhikkhu, that means Idha plus Ananda become Idhananda. Then in this asana Ananda, a bhikkhu uppannam kama vitakam na adhivaseti. Na adhivaseti. Adhivaseti means wait for, admit, accept, and endure, like that meaning adhivaseti. To endure, to wait for, to admit, to accept. Those are the adhivaseti. So here nadhivaseti. That means he doesn't endure, he doesn't accept, he doesn't admit, like that. He doesn't wait for. So therefore, uppannam kama vitakam. What is the kama vitaka? So kama vitaka means loops of sensual pleasure, right? Sensual thoughts, sensual pleasure. The thoughts of loop of thoughts of sensual pleasure. So those are the kama vitaka. That means maybe kilesa kama and maybe vattu kama. Vattu kama means what is the vattu kama? You have strong desire to the lands and the other things. So on the physical or the material thing. And then kilesa kama. What is the kilesa kama? Mean whatever you have sense of like what called craving, right? Sense of craving to somebody, like that. So this is the kilesa kama. So the all are the kama vitaka. Vitaka mean here not the initial application mental factor. Now here vitaka is the, so try to understand the difference. Here vitaka is the loop of thoughts, right? Loop of thoughts. But when you take the mind movement, that vitaka is the initial application. So this vitaka is the thoughts, right? The two different meaning. So therefore, Idhananda Bhikkhu Uppannam Kama Vitakam. That means a recent loops of thoughts related to the sensual pleasure. So Nadivaseti, he doesn't admit, or he doesn't tolerate. And Pajahati, Pajahati mean abandons. He abandons pajahati. Vinodeti. Vinodeti mean dispel it. He dispel it. And Bhante karoti makes an end. Bhante karoti means terminates. He terminates those things. Anabhavam gameti, and he makes an utter cessation or obliterate. He obliterates kind of sensual pleasure, loop of thoughts in related to the sensual pleasure. So this is the first abandoning. The first abandoning. Here for abandoning, let's say the second one. The second one is Vyapada Vitakang Nadhivaseti Pajati Vinodeti Bhanti Karoti Anabhavangameti. The third one, Uppannang Vihinsa Vitakang Nadhivaseti Pajati Vinodeti Bhanti Karoti Anabhavangameti. The fourth one, Upanuppanne Papake Akusale Dhamme Nadhivaseti Pajati Vinodeti Bhanti Karoti Anabhavangameti. Aṅguttaranikāya Pahana Sanya. Okay, now, so he doesn't accept and arisen kind of thoughts of ill will. That is the Vyapada Vitaka, right? Kind of thoughts of ill will, arisen those of ill will, and that means he doesn't tolerate them, that thing, and he doesn't so he abandons it, he dispels it, he makes an end it, and he makes an utter cessation. Anubhavam gameti means he makes an utter cessation. So everything in this way. Then the third one is vihinsa vitaka. Vihinsa is the what call evil that is the vihimsa mean the harming, right? Harming. So arisen thoughts of harming to the others. So that one also he doesn't accept and want to he want to make an utter cessation like that ultimately. And then fourth one, Upanuppanne Papake Akusale Dhamme Nadhivaseti Pajahati Vinodeti Bhanti Karoti Anabhavam Gameti. Here the Nadhivaseti Pajahati Vinodeti Bhanti Karoti Anabhavam Gameti means same meaning. If you say, let's say Nadhivaseti, that means he doesn't accept or he doesn't tolerate. And then Pajahati, he abandons. Vinodeti, he dispels, so he removes it. And Bhante karoti, he makes an utter cessation, or he obliterate those things. And that means same meaning. Every five words, these are the what call verbs. Yeah, every five verbs are same meaning. So this is Aṅguttaranikāya Pahana Sanya. So now how you need to, how Venerable Girimānanda must practice this thing. So whenever you have a reason karma vitakam, that mean the thought of loop of thought in related to the sensual pleasure, then he contemplate how he contemplate as anicca for a long time, dukkha for a long time, anatta for a long time. So how? So whenever he come across with the loop of thought in related to the what kind of sensual pleasure, or for example, you need to create kind of mental movement or the mind mental process with the sensual pleasure. For example, let's say like you emerging from the fourth jhana, then the jhana light is there, and then through this jhana you focus your idol, and then you have seen many different rupakalapa. Many mean here 7 kind of different rupakalapa. So now you need to create karma or the karma vitak. How do you need to create? Kama vitaka means sensual pleasure, arising sensual pleasure in you. So now you can see Chakku Dasaka Kalapa. And you can see the eye sensitivity also there. So how you need to see in this way, if you make if you create in this way. So for example, nearby you focus nearby color of the other rupa kalapa, and then that color impinge towards the to the eye sensitivity in the eye decade kalapa. And if you think that if you consider that, oh, this color is very beautiful, like that, then the five mental process going on with the craving in the impulsion, right? In the impulsion mind movement, craving or the greedy. So in this way also you can create a kind of sensual kind of mental process in the sensual pleasure. And in this, then you focus, you need to reflect that that mental process one by one mean one mental mind movement after another, mind movement after another, you need to contemplate. So then you have kama vitaka anyway in the impulsion, if you can, or if you can, you can directly focus your impulsion mind moment directly. Mean, for example, what is the fido mental process, let's say this is the ido. So then what is the mental process, I will tell. This is firstly there are the bhavanga breakdown, bhavanga rest, and then fido adverting consciousness arising, and then chakku vinyana, all the eye consciousness arising in the ido, not in the heart base. So fido adverting consciousness arises in the heart base, and then ido arises the chakku vinyana, or the eye consciousness, and then again heart base arises your receiving consciousness. That means santirana, sampatichana, santirana, then the investigation consciousness, and then vattapana, or the decision consciousness, and then javana, or the impulsion consciousnesses. So but this impulsion consciousness, any kind of this impulsion consciousness cannot take the object penetrate 100% penetration. So just only 1%, 2% like penetration, only object penetration. So I told you to this thing in the fifth mental process after mind or mental process after, on the fifth after, you can see object very clearly, then to that object there arises craving in you. Then go to the fifth mental process and take the impulsion and contemplate as anicca, anicca for a long time, dukkha, dukkha for a long time, anatta, anatta for a long time. Then you do not accept those kind of things. So then you abandon those kind of thing. Mean you don't accept kama vitaka or the loop of sensual pleasure thoughts. So this is the way to practice. He practice in this way. This venerable practice in this way. Okay, so then fourth one, in the same way, vyapada vitakam and ill will. So then you need to create an ill will mental process, and then the other one is vihinsa. For example, you need to create a hurting kind of mental process. Then that in the impulsion mind moment, you have vihinsa vitak. The vihinsa vitaka mean here not the initial application here. Vihinsa mean that is the also ill will, right? Ill will mental factor, but you need to hurt somebody. So that's the important thing. Then upanupanne papake akusale dhamme nadhivaseti pajahati vinodeti byanti karati anabhavam gameti. Now and uh, a recent kind of evil, unwholesome phenomena in the mind, upanupanne papake akusale dhamme. Upanuppanna mean uppanna become upanuppanna. Uppanna plus uppanna become upanuppanna, compound word, right? Compound. Upanuppan mean a recent thought of evil, unwholesome phenomena, right? So those are the other. That means you have kama vitaka, vyapada vitaka, and vihinsa vitaka. Any kind of evil, unwholesomes, right? So you don't accept. You want to abandon, and you want to dispel. Vinodeti mean dispel. Bhyanti karoti. You make an utter cessation. And anabhavam gameti. So anabhavam gameti mean you makes an end is the bhyanti karoti. So anabhavam gameti mean you make an utter cessation. So then that is the way. So therefore Aṅguttaranikāya pahana sanya. This is Ananda is called perception of abandoning. Right. So this perception is not the perception just for perception. That's the wisdom. Okay. Then Kathamachananda Viraga Sanya. What is the Ananda? What Ananda is the perception of dispassion? What is the perception of dispassion? Idananda bhikkhu aranya gatowa, rukhamula gatowa, sunyagar gatowa, iti patisanchikati. And in this asana, Ananda, having gone to the forest or to the base of the tree or an empty room, a bhikkhu reflects in this way. Etang santang etang panetang yadidang sabba sankhara samatho sabbupadi patini saggo tanakayo virago nibbananti ayam vichatananda viraga sanya. What is that? Etang santang etang panitang yadidang sabba sankhara samato. Here sabba sankhara samatho. Samatho mean that is the like a stillness, right? Stillness or calming down of sabba sankhara, all the volitional formation of actually here mundane world, right? Mundane world. Sabba sankhara mean sankhara is the mundane world phenomena or what is called sabba sankhara. So those sabba sankhara, that mean stillness of all conditioned phenomena also we can say, right? Stillness of all conditioned phenomena in the mundane world. Etan santang etang panitang. This etan sani, this is actually peaceful and this is sublime. The panitang means sublime or superior. And etang santang means this is peaceful, this is superior. Or this is peaceful, this is sublime. Like that. That is to say, these all are actually sabba sankhara samatho mean when you see the nibbana, then your sankhara, that means your dukkha sacha dhamma and your samudaya sacha dhamma, all your suffering phenomena and the cause of suffering, the noble truth of the cause of suffering are the sankhara. So when you contemplate those things as anicca anicca for a long time or dukkha dukkha, anatta anatta for a long time, then only you can still you can see the sankhara rising and passing away, rising and passing away. Or in the bhangajnana or dissolution knowledge, you can see only the dissolution phase or the dissolution phase or decay, what called the passing away phase. So then suddenly when you are going to see the nibbana, then this sankhara, all sankhara cease, right? Your sankhara cease. Then that is what's called sabba sankhara samatha. That means stillness of all the conditioned phenomena you can see. So in the mundane world, right? So in the mundane world, if you can see the stillness of all the phenomena, volitional formations, all the phenomena of the volitional formation, then that is actually very peaceful, very superior. So therefore, etang santang etang panitang sabba sankhara samato. Then etang sanit santang etang panitang sabbupadi patinissaggo. That means patinissagga means relinquishing, right? And sabba upadi become sabbupadi. Upadi mean, what is the upadi? Upadi means the what called attachment, right? Attachment. So a relinquishing of all attachment, what is called sabba upadi patinissagga. All means sabba. So all the relinquishing of all the attachment. So that is also very peaceful, very superior. Etan santang, etan panitang. And then tanha kayo. And kaya mean what is it? Makes an end become kaya. Makes an end up to the zero. That is the kaya. So tanha plus kaya. Then tanha means craving, and making end of craving, or the destruction of craving, or making zero of craving. So that is the tanha kaya. So if you make uh, tanha or the craving or greedy zero, then what happened? That is very peaceful, very superior. Okay, so then another one, Nirodho Nibbana. Sorry. Virago Nibbana. Tannakyo Virago Nibbana. Viraga means the dispassion. So if you do not have any passion towards your Dukkha Satchadhamma or the Samudaya Satchadhamma, then it is very peaceful and it is very superior. And then Nibbana. Nibbana. Other one is the Nibbana. Nibbana means the peaceful element. So peaceful element means while you are practicing the Pubba Bhaga Patipada or the preliminary part of this meditation, what are your objects? Those are the noble truth of the suffering object, that means five aggregate object, or the Namarupa Parichedanya. And then the causes of your five aggregate. Those are the object of Vipassana. So if you, those are anyway, those objects are every time rising and passing away very, very quickly. So therefore, those are not, those are, you can see those are actually very grass. Now you don't see the stillness of those kind of sankhara or the volitional formations. So if you see the nibbana, the next mind movement, then after cessation of all the sankhara, right? After cessation of all the sankhara, if you see the nibbana next, then that is very peaceful. So then, therefore, nibbana is what is called peaceful element, or asankata dhatu, or unconditioned phenomena, right? Dhatu, sorry, unconditioned element, not the phenomena, unconditioned element. And asankata dhatu, or therefore, your five aggregate and the causes of five aggregate Buddha called sankata dhatu, right? Sankata dhatu means conditioned element or conditioned phenomena. Okay, so then this is actually, this venerable has seen the Nibbana. Though actually here, Sabba Sankara Samato mean a similar word to the Nibbana. Sabbupadi Patinisaggo. Sabba Sankara Samata means stillness of all the volitional formation in the mundane world is the Nibbana, right? And Sabbupadi Patinisaggo, relinquishing of all the attachment of the mundane world is the Nibbana. And Tannakayo, destruction of craving is the Nibbana. Virago, dispassion is the Nibbana. Therefore, Buddha finally called Nibbana. Nibbana means the peaceful element, right? So the Nibbana and the other all five words, all four, right? Sabba Sankara Samata, Sabbupati Patinisagga, Tanhakaya, Viraga, those are the similar words to the Nibbana. So this, but this thing can do to this venerable only here. Only here mean regarding this sutta, because he has seen up to the arahantship 4 times Nibbana. So therefore, he enter into the Nibbana Phala Samapatti, or what called fruition attainment, right? For example, he can enter into the Arahant Phala Samapatti, Arahant fruition knowledge, right? Phala Samapatti. That means Arahant fruition attainment. Sorry, Arahant fruition attainment. So if you attain to the Arahant fruition attainment, then you can see the Nibbana only. You are focusing Nibbana. So peaceful element you are focusing every time. So therefore, it is very peaceful. The this is the way he did. Then what is the Nirodha Sanya? Katamachananda Nirodha Sanya. Idananda bhikkhu aranya gatova, rukkamula gatova, sunyagara gatova, iti pati sanchikrati, etan santang etan panitang yadidang sabba sankhara samato, sabbupadi patinisaggo, tanhakhayo, nirodho nibbana. I am Vachitananda Nirodha Sanya. Okay, and what Ananda is the perception of perception, Nirodha Sanya, perception of cessation, right? Perception of cessation. Ananda, a bhikkhu having gone to the forest and having gone to the base of the tree or to the empty room, then he contemplates in this way, right? He reflects in this way, because here also Nibbana is the another way of putting Nibbana. So he iti patisanchikati, he reflects in this way. Etang santang etang panitang yadidang sabba sankhara samato sabbupadi patinisaggo tanakayo nirodo nibbananti. Ananda, then again, right? Again Ananda, a bhikkhu having gone to the forest like that, then he reflects, this is peaceful, this is sublime. That is to say, what are the stillness of all the volitional formation in the mundane world, and relinquishing of all the attachment, and the destruction of craving, this the cessation of all the phenomena, and the peaceful element, right? So this the peaceful element, that means another name, another name. So this is the Nirodha Sanya, cessation, perception of cessation. So this perception of cessation, that is the not just perception, that is the panya, right? Panya means that is the wisdom. So in this sense, you cannot say like sanya is the panya, right? Sanya is not the panya. Sanya is the sanya mental factor. But here, Buddha's intention is this. This is panya foremost, or the wisdom foremost. That you need to understand. Okay, then the next one. Katamachananda 7, 8, right? 8. Katamachananda anabi sabbaloke anabhirata sanya. Katamachananda sabbaloke anabhirata sanya. Here, abhirata means what is the delight, and anabhirata means non-delight. So, what Ananda is the perception of non-delight in the entire world, right? In the entire world mean in your five aggregate world. So what is that? Idananda bhikkhu ye loke here ye loke upaya upadana. It is what is only upaya. You don't have upaya, no? Maybe okay. Upaya mean the attachment also. Upadana. Ye loke upaya upadana chetaso abditthana binivesanusaya. Te pajahanto vihirati anupadiyanto ayam vichatananda sabbaloke anabhirata sanya. And now this venerable attained to the Nibbana. So therefore, Ananda is what is the perception of non-delight in the entire world. There are attachment or engagement like craving, conceit, and wrong view. Those are the engagement in you, right? but it has not mentioned here. But those are the upaya mean, that is the meaning. Upaya mean tanha ditti mana, like attachment to the tanha, attachment to the mana, conceit, attachment to the ditti, wrong view. So that is one attachment, right? So another one is upadana. Upadana means they are clinging to the five aggregate world. And then chetasu aditthana. Aditthana mean here, actually aditthana mean, what is the meaning of aditthana? That is the determination, one meaning. The other meaning is the foundation. Here not the determination, right? Here not the determination. Chetaso aditthana mean uh, evil foundations in the mind, right? Evil foundation in the mind. Or we can say mental, those are the mental standpoints. So that means eternal view and the annihilation view kind of thing are the mental standpoints. Or we can say evil foundations in the mind, right? Chetaso aditthana. Chetaso aditthana. Other one is chetaso abhinivesa. Here, you need to apply chetaso every kind of three words here. Three words combined here as a compound. So, aditthana binivesa anusaya. Aditthana is the one term, and then abhinivesa is another term. Anusaya is the another term. So, here three things compounded. So, therefore, we can say now, what is this chetaso aditthana mean? The mental standpoint or evil foundation in the mind is the eternal view, sassata ditti, right? Or the annihilation view, that is the uchcheda ditti, right? Annihilation view. So another one, chetaso abhinivesa. Here abhinivesa means inclination. So inclination of personal view. That means attanuditti, right? Inclination to the personal view, and inclination to the chetaso anusaya. Anusaya mean, those are the underlying tendencies of anusaya mean underlying tendencies of strong defilement in regard to the five aggregate. So those, if you uh, if you can make your mind non-delight for them, right? That is what is called anabhirata sanya. Anabhirata sanya. So te pajahanto viharati anupadiyanto. Pajahanto means that bhikkhu dwells abandoning them. That is the pajahanto. And anupadiyanto. Upadiyanta mean, what is upadiyanta mean? Uh, um, keep clinging. Then anupadiyanto mean without clinging. So then the bhikkhu dwells abandoning them and without clinging them. Then that is another called perception of non-delight in the entire world. So this is the anabhirata sanya. Then the ninth one, katama chananda sabba sankaresu anicca sanya. So I told before, icha means the desire. So, or liking or willing kind of thing. So now, what is the ananda perception of dislike or perception of non-desire in all sabbasankharesu, in all conditioned phenomena? So you and me have conditioned phenomena, and the Nibbana is the unconditioned phenomena, like that, unconditioned element. So here it says, so how you need to how you need to make your mind with the wisdom, with non-desire to your sabba sankharas, all the conditioned phenomena. So idananda bhikkhu sabba sankharesu attiyati harayati jiguchati, right? So that means actually the conditioned phenomena mean your dukkha sachadhamma and the samudaye sachadhamma. Those are the object of vipassana. Every time those two are the thing condition as the condition, right? So in this asana, Ananda, a bhikkhu is attiyati means repelled, right? Attiyati. A bhikkhu is repelled, and harayati means humiliate, and jiguchati, and he disgusted, right? Disgusted by all conditioned phenomena. This is what is called Ananda, perception of non-desire in the all conditioned phenomena. So that means if you attain to the nibbana, and then you feel like every conditioned phenomena you need to repel, right? And every conditioned phenomena you need to humiliate, and every conditioned phenomena you need to discuss, because you know the faults of those things. Okay, so this is the practice. Then finally, the 10th one, Katama Chananda Anapanasati. So you know how to practice Anapanasati. This is actually Anapanasati, uh, what called the four kinds of tetrad. Four kinds of tetrad. Let's see. Katama Chananda Anapanasati. And what is Ananda? Mindfulness of breathing. Idananda bhikkhu aranyagatowa rukkhamulagatowa sunyagaragatova nisidati pallankang abhujitva ujunkayang panidahaya parinukang sating upattapetva. So satova sati, satova pasasati. Ananda, uh, what is the mindfulness of breathing? In this asana, Ananda, a bhikkhu having gone to the forest or to the foot of tree or to the empty room sits down and having crossed legs and having folded his or um, that means he having cross leg and straightened his body and established his mindfulness in front of the object. That means in the nostril you have the in breath, out breath, and the touch point, or in the upper lip if the both nostril are active. So he just uh, very mindfully breathing, right? So sato asasate, he just very mindfully breathing, mindfully breathe out. Mindfully mean not deliberately here. You need to focus your mind to the natural air, or the natural in breath and out breath. So this is the object given here, right? Buddha given the object here. This is the asasati sato pasasati. That means in breath and out breath, right? In breath and out breath is the object, and the touch point also here you need to focus, but not mentioned here. So that is the Buddha's desana vilasa, or the method of delivery. And digang va asasanto digang asasamiti pajanati, digang va pasasanto digang pasasamiti pajanati. You know those things, breathing in long, he knows I breathing long. Oh, breathing out, breathe out. Yeah, breathing long, and he knows that I breathe out long, like that. And again, rasang va asasanto rasang asasamiti pajanati, rasang va pasasanto rasang pasasamiti pajanati. The second one. And breathing in short, he knows that I breathe in short. And breathing out short, he knows that I breathe out short, like that. Then sabbakaya patisangvedi asasisamiti sikati, sabbakaya patisangvedi pasasisamiti sikati, the third step of this meditation. So he trains thus experiencing the whole breath body. Sabbakaya means whole breath body, not the physical body. I will breathe in, experiencing the whole breath body. I will breathe out, like that. So this is the third step, because you know if you do not see parikamma nimitta, or the preliminary sign, as a light in front of you, within the from the first two steps, then you go to the third step, and in the third step also if you do not see, then you go to the fourth step. Okay, now fourth step. Passam bhayang kaya sankarang asasisamiti sikkati, passam bhayang kaya sankarang pasasisamiti sikkati. He trains thus tranquilizing, pasambayam means tranquilizing the breath body formation. That some pasambayam kaya sankhara, right? And here not the physical body formation. Here it says tranquilize in the breath body formation, right? Tranquilize in the breath body formation. I will breathe in, and tranquilize in the breath body formation. I will breathe out. Like he knows, he trains. Here sikhati means trains. Here this word is sikhati, but digam sasanto digam asasamiti pajanati. There pajanati means that he knows, right? He knows. He is very mindfully aware. That is the meaning there. Now sikhati means he trains, right? Then the third, this is the first four steps. That means tetrad. This tetrad to produce up to the fourth jhana of the anapana. Right? This is the Kayanupassana. Why you can say Kayanupassana? So you enter into the first jhana if you practice this meditation, and if you practice Vipassana up to the Sankaropika knowledge, you can enter into this first jhana, and then you can take your jhana impulsion. Because if you enter into the jhana and emerging from the jhana after its light become brilliant and bright, then you can see, you can reflect, right? You can reflect this whole mental process one by one, whole mental process, one mental mind movement, one by one after the another, you can reflect. So you go to the what called the impulsion, jhana impulsion, and then in the jhana impulsion you can contemplate the jhana nama dhamma and the rupa dhamma. First jhana you can see 34 mentality. That means uh, your it is the first jhana, nama dhamma and nama dhamma. Yes, first jhana mental phenomena. So first jhana mental phenomena, you have object. It is the patibhaga nimitta of this anapanasati meditation, and then around which you can see your 33 mental factors and the mind. So you can contemplate those 33 mental factor and mind separately as five aggregate, or as a whole like nama and nama, right? Nama. And what is the base of this mind is the heart base, right? So heart base is the materiality, and on which, depending on that, you have mind and the mental factor first jhana. So then you can contemplate as nama rupa, right? All five aggregate. So if you contemplate those things, that means you contemplate as a whole. As a whole mean that is the kalapa samasana, right? As a whole mean it is like a group, you contemplated. So that is therefore kayana. Kaya mean group. So kayanupassana. And you contemplate your materiality aggregate as a group, then kayanupassana. So in the same way, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, also you can contemplate in this way as a five aggregate or as a nama rupa method. So this is the kayanupassana. And then Buddha mentioned Vedanānupassana the next. Okay, let's see. Piti patisangvedi asasisamiti sikkati, piti patisangvedi pasasisamiti sikkati. And then it says, he trains experiencing the joy, right? Experiencing the joy mental factor. That is you need to understand that thing, right? So experiencing and emphasizing, right? Experiencing and emphasizing the joy mental factor, right? Or we can say rapture mental factor or joy mental factor. So you can see the joy mental factor, you can see in the fourth jhana. You can see the joy mental factor in the third jhana also. So first jhana and the second jhana only you have joy, piti mental factor. For example, first jhana, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. Initial application, sustained application, joy, and the happiness and the one pointedness. Those are the jhana, right? Jhana factors in the first jhana. In the second jhana, also you do not have vitaka and vichara, then you have piti, sukha, ekagata. That means joy, happiness, and the one pointedness. So therefore, it is the third jhana. So then you can see the piti. Sorry, this is the second jhana. Yes, very sorry. So you can see the PT in the first jhana and the second jhana. You don't have PT in the third jhana and the fourth jhana. So therefore, enter into the first jhana and contemplate PT mental factor in the jhana impulsion as anicca for a long time, dukkha for a long time, anatta for a long time. That is the PT Patisamvedi. Experiencing and emphasizing joy. I will breathe in and I will breathe out. Right. So breathing and breathing out, it definitely automatically happens. So, but you need to contemplate and emphasize your PT mental factors in the impulsion mind moment, jhana impulsion mind moment, in the jhana mental process. Okay, then Sukha Patisangvedi Asasi Samiti Sikkati, Sukha Patisangvedi Pasasi Samiti Sikkati, and he trains, thus experiencing happiness in the jhana mind. I will breathe in, experiencing happiness in the jhana mind. That means you need to emphasize your happiness mental factor and contemplate them as it as anicca, dukkha, anatta. And I will breathe, experiencing happiness in the jhana mind. I will breathe out like that. You need to practice. So this is the so then PT also related to the Vedana, and Sukha also Sukha Vedana mental factor. And then Chitta Sankhara Patisangvedi Asasi Samiti Sikkati, Chitta Sankhara Patisangvedi Pasasi Samiti Sikkati. What is the Chitta Sankhara? Buddha told to you that Chitta Sankhara are the Vedana and Sanya, what is called Chitta Sankhara. So here also Vedana included. So Vedana, therefore this is Vedana Anupassana. Piti Patisamvedi, Sukha Patisamvedi, and the Chitta Sankhara Patisamvedi. Vedana and Sanya mental factor, only you focus and emphasize and focus Vedana mental factor and the Sanya mental factor, and then you contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, anatta for a long time. Right? So that is the Chitta Sankhara Patisamvedi. And then another Passam Bhayan Chitta Sankharam Asasi Samiti Sikkati, Passam Bhayan Chitta Sankharam Pasasi Samiti Sikkati. And Pasambaya mean tranquilizing. So tranquilizing the mental formation in the jhana mind, right? In the jhana mind, mental formation mean here, what is the Chitta Sankhara mean? The Sanya and the Vedana, right? Sanya and Vedana are the Chitta Sankhara here. So mental formation, those two kinds of mental formation you uh, contemplate and emphasize first, and then contemplate as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then that is the tranquilizing of the Passam Bhayam Chitta Sankhara. Then that is the Vedananupassana. Then now you reach to the Chittanupassana, or the contemplation of the mind. Chitta Patisangvedi Asasisamiti Sikkati, Chitta Patisangvedi Passasisamiti Sikkati. Now you enter into the first jhana and go and review or reflect your first jhana mental process up to the jhana impulsion. And then in the jhana impulsion, you can see your first jhana mind. For example, if you enter into the first jhana, then first jhana mind. If you enter into the second jhana mind. In the third jhana mind. If you enter into the fourth jhana mind only you emphasize and contemplate. Not the first jhana. In the fourth jhana, you don't have first jhana mind. So likewise, you practice this meditation. This is the chittanupassana. And Abhippamodayan chittam asasisamiti sikkati, abhippamodayan chittam passasisamiti sikkati. Abhippamoda means gladdening, emphasizing the gladdening of the jhana consciousness, right? Now the jhana consciousness is it become glad. So therefore, emphasizing the uh, gladdening of the jhana consciousness, I will breathe in and breathe out, right? Thus he trains. So this is the therefore you contemplate your jhana consciousness. Therefore, that is also chittanupassana. Now, samadhahan chittam. Samadhahan chittam means concentrated mind, right? So you know your jhana mind is already concentrated. So emphasizing the already concentrated jhana consciousness, and I will breathe out, I will breathe in. So then that is also he trains. Thus he trains. In this way he trains. So this is the third chittanupassana in the third step. And vimocham chitta. Vimocha means liberate, right? So, for example, you enter into the first jhana, and then what is the liberation? Your first jhana, you do not have any five hindrances in the first jhana. So, therefore, you liberated from the first jhana, entering into the first jhana, that means you liberate from five hindrances. So, then you contemplate your mind, the first jhana mind, as anicca dukkha anatta, because you liberate from that, right? In the second jhana, you do not have vitakka and vichara. Initial application and the sustained application you do not have. So then you liberated in the second jhana from vitakka and vichara. So you contemplate that jhana mind in this way. And then when you enter into the third jhana, you piti or the joy mental factor, you repair. So therefore, you contemplate without piti the jhana jhana mind movement, consciousness, jhana consciousness. Then you do the chittanupassana. Okay, in this way. And then the fourth tetrad. This is the third tetrad we finished. This is the chittanupassana. Now fourth tetrad. Aniccanupassi asasisamiti sikkati, aniccanupassi passasisamiti sikkati. Now, here, what kind of thing you can do aniccanupassi? That means this is what is called dhammanupassana, right? Dhammanupassana. For example, what is the dhammanupassana mean? You can contemplate your jhana mind and the other kind of mentality as anicca dukkha anatta, and then you can contemplate your jhana mind depend on the materiality, depending on the materiality. You can contemplate as especially hard base. You can contemplate as anicca for a long time. That is what is called aniccanupassana. Then viraganupassana. Viraganupassi asasisamiti sikkati. Viraganupassi pasasisamiti sikkati. That means viraga means you want to dispassion, right? You want to dispassion from your materiality and the mentality in the jhana, right? In the first jhana, in the second jhana, in the third jhana, as well as in the fourth jhana. So that is the viraganupassi, right? And then nirodhanupassi. Nirodha means cessation. So if you see the cessation, temporary cessation of your mentality and the materiality in the jhana, right? So temporary cessation you must see. Time to time you are reach to the temporary cessation of your all conditioned phenomena while doing true vipassana. So so this is the nirodhanupassi, right? Nirodhanupassi. That means while breathing in, you can see your temporary cessation of your phenomena. That means dukkha such phenomena or the samudaya such phenomena. And while breathing out also, you can see your cessation. That is the mundane cessation. So here mundane cessation. That is also viraganupassi means mundane dispassion, right? And then patinisagganupassi asasisamiti sikkati, patinisagganupassi passasisamiti sikkati. Now, patinisaggan means relinquishing, right? Relinquishing your materiality and mentality, you contemplate them as anicca dukkha anatta, then that is the aniccanupassi. But sometimes breathing in, sometimes breathing out. So therefore, that is the fourth step in the fourth tetrad. So therefore, this is the Dhammanupassana. So Ayam Vichatananda Anapanasati. He practiced in this way. This Venerable Girimananda practiced in this way. So therefore, Sacheko Tang Ananda Girimanandasa Bhikkhano Ima Dasasanya Bhasiyasi Tananko Panitang Vijjati Yang Girimanandasa Bhikkhano Ima Dasasanya Sutta So Abado Tanaso Patipasambhyati. Sacheko then now Ananda, if you speak, right, Bhasiyasi mean if you speak this 10 perception to Girimananda, Venerable Girimananda, then Tananko Panetang Vijjati. It's possible. Girimananda Sabiko Mono Ima Dasasanya Sutta, after having heard a kind of 10 perception by him, so Abado Tanaso Patipasambeya, that affliction immediately relieved, right? He relieved from affliction immediately. So that all tranquilize his affliction immediately. Atako ayasma anando bhagavato santike ima dasa sanya uggahitva yena ayasma girimanando tenupa sankami. And then Venerable Ananda had learned these 10 kinds of perception from the blessed one and went to Venerable Girimananda and speak to him about those kind of 10 kind of perception. Upasankamitva ayasmato Girimanandasa ima dasasanya abhasi. He did speak kind of 10 type of perception. Atako ayasmato Girimanandasa dasasanya sutva so abhado dhanaso patipasambi. On hearing those kind of 10 perception, Venerable Girimananda's affliction immediately got subsided. So Atako ayasma say yeah. Buddhahi chayasma Girimanando tamha abada. That means the Girimananda, Venerable Girimananda got recovered from this affliction. Tata pahino cha panayasmato Girimananda so abado ahosi. And then on that way, his affliction was eliminated. Pahino means eliminated or abandoned, right? So here, this special sutta has been given by the Buddha to Venerable Girimananda because he is an Arahant one. He has seen the Nibbana 4 times, right? 4 times. And then because of that reason, he can practice this while reciting or while reciting, he can practice very quickly. So because of that reason, his all what called the vipassana mind, his vipassana, he attained to the jhana also. Then jhana mind also produce many kind of chitta jarupa or the mind bone materiality, and they spread all over the body. And then while doing vipassana also, he can his mind produce mind bone materiality. Those are all over the body spreading. So because of that reason, his affliction got recovered. His affliction was eliminated, right? Was eliminated. So, but to the normal people, uh, this is actually not fully active. Not fully active because normal people do not see. They don't see the nibbana still because they are the putuchana. So, but you still recite this sutta. This is very important sutta. If somebody got sick and then you can recite this sutta. This is very important. Even hearing also, if you have kusala mindset developed there at that special time, then mind produced materiality are very shine and very peaceful. So those kind of thing spread your body all over your body. Then some kind of relief will be. Okay, this is the sutta, and we didn't go to Atthakatha. Okay, just we go to Atthakatha. If we have kind of thing here not mentioned, let's see. Attaka Nipata Attakatha, right? You could not need to go to a final, not final Attaka Nipata, the next above one. Then you go to Sachitta Vagga, and in Attakatha you can see very little thing. Dasame Anukampam Upadayati Girimananda Tere Anukampam Paticca. What is this Anukampam Upadaya? Out of compassion mean out of compassion with regard to the Venerable Girimānanda. And Chakurogoti Adayo Vattu Asena Veditabba. You need to understand this Chakurogo, Sota Rogo, Gahana Rogo, that means ear disease, eye disease, and whatever disease in the body. You need to understand Vattu Asena as the basis. There, for example, eye basis, not the eye translucency, right? On the eye basis only. So it says Nibbattita Pasadananghi Rogo Nama Nathi. If you have Chakuroga, then but you don't have roga or the disease in related to the Nibbattita Pasada. Nibbattita Pasada means your Chakku Pasada, right? Chakku Pasada, you don't have any kind of disease, but that is the abha, the affliction in related to your kamma. So therefore, kamma vipakacha abada Buddha mentioned finally in this sutta. Kamma vipakacha abada for that, right? Kamma vipaka mean that is those are the kamma vipaka. If you I decade kalapa, if you do not have this kind of chakku pasada or the eye translucency or the eye sensitivity, then you will be blind, right? Okay, so then Nibbattita pasadanhi rogo nama natti. So therefore, no any kind of disease in the pasada rupa. And kanna rogoti bahi kanna rogo. That what is the kanna roga? This is related to the ear mean it is the external ear bahi kanna rogo. Pinasoti bahi nasikaya rogo. Pinasa mean I call kata. That is actually bahi nasikaya rogo. That is the outside, out not internal nostril, sorry, no, internal side of the nose, but this is the outside of the nose. Nakasati nakehi vilekitattani roga. Nakasa mean here it says nakehi vilekitattani. While scratching with the nail, so you have kind of scab or something like that. That is the nakasa. Pitta samuttana ti pitta samuttana. What is the illness originating from excess bile? That means pitta samuttana. The originating of the excess bile. Tekira dattinsa honti. Okay, they are 32. This pitta samuttana, like that. Semma samuttana dipi esopinayo. A7 then Semma Samuttana, that means the illness originating from the phlegm also kind of. Utu Parinama Jati, Utu Parinamena Achunha Tisitena Utpajjanaka Roga. What is Utu Parinama? Change the disease in related to the or illnesses in related to the change of the climate. So Utu Parinamena Achu Achun Acha plus Un. Ati plus Unna become Achun. Unha is the heart. Ati mean very hot. So then Achunna mean very hot. The diseases or the discomfortable in related to the heart condition, right? Very hot condition. And Atisita means very cold in related to the very coldness. Visama parihara jati arati ati chirattana nisajjadina visama pariharana jata. What is Virisama Pariharja mean? Ati Chirattana Nisajjadina. The longer Ati Chirattana mean longer duration of time. If you sitting only, then you, there arises some discomfortability of the body. So that is what is called Visama Pariharaja. Or sometimes very long sitting or long standing, long walking, like that, right? Opakkamika ti vad bandhanadi upakkamena jata. Planned kind of torture. Upakkamena mean that is the thing. Then kamma vipakati, what is the illnesses in related to the result of the your kamma? Balava kamma vipaka sambhuta. Then that is the very powerful kamma, right? Because of very powerful kamma, bad kamma, right? So because of that reason, kamma vipakaja abada, you can there arises the illnesses related to the kamma krisai. Santanti raga di santataya santang, raga di santataya santang, atap okay, that is okay. Santang, what is the sant? Very peaceful. Very peaceful mean if you do not have kind of raga, dosa, moha kind of thing, then you are very peaceful. And atappa kattena panitang. Panita mean like sublime state, right? Sublime state, you have the panita word applied here. Sesang sabbata uttanamevati, other kind of terms, it is very, the meaning is very prominent. So it has not been given here. So Sachitta Vagga Patama, that means this is the the Vagga mean the division also finished here from the Girimānanda Sutta. Okay, so this is the Girimānanda Sutta, very important sutta because you need to understand this sanya is the wisdom here, not the perception itself. Okay.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. What an excellent, excellent discourse, Bhante. And thank you so much, Bhante, for taking the time to explain this.
Okay. So if you have a question, you can ask me.
Please post your question and raise your hand. We do have a raised hand from Dr. Kavita.
Okay. Dr. Kavita.
Yeah, Thai, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Dami Bhante, thank you so much, Bhante. So wonderfully explained. Bhante, Mahasatipatthana and Satipatthana Sutta, Matthulunga is taken in Pathvi prominent and at one in Apo prominent.
In Satipatthana and Mahasatipatthana, Mathalungang. Mathalungang is the brain, so it is Pathavi, right? Pathavi excess.
Pathvi prominent, yes, but in some suttas it is in Apo prominent.
No, which sutta?
Mahasatipatthana is Pathvi prominent, but in Satipatthana it is.
No, Satipatthana also they mention it as Pathavi prominent, not the.
Because in the RI book I read it and I asked them this question also. Their Satipatthana and Mahasatipatthana today. Vipassana Research Institute.
Don't go to that. You just refer this Chatta Sangayana, right?
Yes,
Chatta Sangayana released from the Chatta Sangayana, not by that particular thing. But such Chatasangana, you don't have kind of thing as a upper prominent, because this is Patavi, right? Your brain is a very solid thing, so therefore it is Patavi prominent.
Bhante. Yes. Thank you,
Okay,
Bhante.
okay, Sukhihatu.
And Bhante, it is anicca, no? Many people say it's sabba sankhare. So, anicca.
Yeah, okay, that is Anicca, right? Anicca
Huh.
Sanya. Not the Anicca Sanya. Anicca Sanya is the first one.
Huh.
Anicca Sanya, Unatta Sanya, like that, and then Sabba Sankare, so Anicca Sanya. That means disliking. Hmm?
Mm. Yes. Ichha is
Okay.
Marathi shabda, and desire. Anicca is also Marathi shabda. Non-desire.
Anicca, Anicca also, yeah, that means same meaning, yeah, because
Yeah.
this Pali is very related to the Marathi language. Huh?
Yes, Bhante, yes.
Yeah,
And Sinhali
Hmm.
also, no, Bhante?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
And Bhante,
Correct.
anapansati, viraga, nirodha. So it is so prominent that with in and out everything is clear, Bhante.
In the Anapanasati, the fourth thread you are talking about.
Yes, Bhante. Hmm.
The Viraga mean what is the dispassion
This passion.
about your, yeah, dispassion related to your
Namaruti.
the jhana impulsion, mind movement, mentality, and through the mentality, right?
Hmm. Yes,
And
Bhante.
when you do not see the cessation, sorry, when you see the cessation of those kind of mentality and materiality in the jhana mind movement, then that is the temporary cessation in related to the mundane world. So that is the
Hmm.
Nirodhanupasi here. That, but permanent cessation will become in the when you see the Nibbana.
Means the cessation temporary will lead to permanent.
Yeah, time to time you can see, while practicing this true vipassana, time to time you can see the temporary cessation, right? But temporary cessation,
Hmm.
after you can see again the mentality arises and the materiality arises, right? That
Hmm.
means whatever
Hmm.
you take the object, that again you can see the arising and passing away
Yes.
nature.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, that is the temporary. Here, actually, this Nirodhanupasi, Viraganupasi, then Patinisaganupasi, Aniccanupasi, all related to the mundane world, not related to the supramundane.
Hmm. Yes.
Hmm.
Means even Anatta Lakhana also Bhante, or there it is Lokutta?
Yeah, yes, yes, no. Anattalakkana Sutta also, you initially need to contemplate them as Anicca, and Dukkha, Anatta. That is also related to your personal body and the mind, right? That means your mentality and materiality. And then there are five causes in
Hmm.
the previous life. Five causes.
Hmm.
That means the Samudaya Satchidhamma. Then those are the
Hmm.
object of Vipassana every time. No other object in the Vipassana.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So then, if you contemplate those as anatta, then anatta lakkana, right? If you
Hmm.
contemplate them as anicca lakkana, okay. So you don't
Hmm.
have you don't have any kind of sutta anicca lakkana sutta. There is anatta lakkana sutta, but the mention here, but not all contemplation regarding to the anatta. Hmm? Anicca
Hmm.
also, Dukkha also, Anatta also. If you contemplate all three, only you can see the Nibbana. If you
Yes. And
contemplate
step by step.
Anicca, right? Anicca only, Anatta only, or Dukkha only, you can't reach up to the Nibbana.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
And the sequence should be Anicca Dukkha Anatta.
Yes. All three.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you so much.
Okay.
This had
Okay. Doctor, if you do not have another question, then let's move.
Yes, Bhante. Bhante, there is not mentioned like Bhante Girimānanda, what kind of affliction he had, right? In the
Yes, yes, not mentioned, not mentioned, but kind of. So Buddha knows that what kind of illness he had, but not mentioned here. Even in Attakatha also not mentioned.
Mm.
Hmm?
Yes.
But we know he is Arahant one. Huh?
Yes, Bhante. And that was mentioned some, I mean, Buddha know that, and he practiced already, and
Buddha knows that Buddha
yeah,
knew that he is Arahant one, right?
yeah. I mean,
Girimānanda.
this was not mentioned in the Atthakatha, right, Bhante?
In his Attakatha not mentioned, but sometimes we can find he's Arahant one, right?
Yes,
The
Bhante.
other one is this kind of sutta not being given. Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah. Even if you consider Kassapa Bojjanga Sutta or the Mahamoggallana Bojjanga Sutta, uh, even in the case of Chunda Bojjanga, the disease related to the Buddha, so they are also not mentioned what kind of disease, eh? But they are Arahant one. Therefore, while practicing this kind of seven enlightenment factors, that means Satta Bojjanga Dhamma, then they can really they can relieve from their illnesses immediately, effective immediately, right?
Yes, Bhante.
But to the normal people, it's maybe few chances. Hmm?
Yes.
Yeah, but recitation is good.
So wonderful, Bhante. So that's
Yeah. Okay. So, then let's stop here. Hmm? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sheetal and Mr. Pankaj in USA, because they helped us more. And thank you for having me. Thank you for the listeners. Um, so we accumulated kusala, and we just recite. We just share our kusala for the other all beings in this way. Idammi punyang asavakkaya vaham hotu. Idammi punyang nibbanasa paccayo hotu. Mama punyang bhagang sabbe sattanam bhajemi. Te sabbe me samang punyang bhagang labhantu. Buddha sasanang chiram tithatu. Buddha sasanang chiram tithatu. Buddha sasanang chiram tithatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.